holds down the fort. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh man, we got all kinds of action right out the gate. Nice. If you guys signing on to Facebooks, if you don't mind, go down the left-hand corner, hitting that share button. That would be stupendous. Get some eyes on tonight.
What's up?
Ultimately, we're going to ask all you guys to head over to the YouTube since we're still trying to build that.
Also, it's easier for us to get every comment that comes through a little bit better.
Brad Banker, this hat I actually got in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, from like a military store. Wherever there's a ice skating rink way up the mountain, you pay like $20 to go up one of the trams, the Sky Tram or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I got this in some kind of military store, but
he did add the patch, which we need to get Jerry's ass on getting us some more.
For Rizzle.
Scott said I went right through YouTube. I guess I'm trained well. What's up, Brian? I just saw that you're on here, dude.
Scott Wexler. Rap to the limit.
So Brian and I were having an interesting conversation that we hope to get a couple more alumni's opinion on. If you're on Facebook, we hope you'll come join us on YouTube so we can get your opinion. I hope y'all have had a better day than I've had. It's been a rough week. I'm just going to say I'm happy that I'm above the ground and that we got some good friends and good people to talk to, and going to need them soon, I think.
So, old Rev to the Limit snuck over to the pit early this week.
Nice.
Has one of his boys, I guess, I don't know, might be your only boy. So I know he's got some girls, but like he brought out a little 22 rifle and
cool,
was
man.
plinking away at that billy goat target that's down there, the little metal target.
Brian says, I'm slapped more out this week, but no real complaints. Man, how can you not be? Scott says, opinions are evil. They support the patriarchy and toxic masculinity.
I don't like those microaggressions,
and
Scott.
He says, I can't say that shit with a straight face. That's funny.
Stop those microaggressions.
So the topic that we want to kind of discuss tonight, right? We are all of us have been seeing what's going on with Facebook, YouTube in some ways. All the social media platforms seem to be in an all-out rush to ban anything that they disagree with, right? They're the people that preach tolerance, but however do not practice tolerance.
Word.
We're on YouTube, Jason, is the better one to catch us, brother.
A little bit better camera angle. We can see the comments a little better. Keep me from staring down at my phone down here. So we got one up there broadcasting Facebooks, and I got one down here so I can see the Facebook comments.
We are borderline. I'll tell you, we're conflicted, guys. Like it's one of those things where we really are feeling like we maybe are to stop supporting all these systems, quit feeding the beast, so to speak.
But we got a business to run, so there's a conundrum.
Well, it's not just the business. It's also like we want to keep in touch with all of you. Like we want people to be able to see and communicate and talk with us that are like-minded. And Brian and I spoke a little bit about this over this week, and we were talking about it. And I think it's something that we should all discuss, like as a group. It's – I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't want to keep feeding the beast, and I don't want to keep posting on somewhere that is attacking our people and is, outright banning anything that's pro-2A, pro-freedom, pro-America, pro-God, any of that stuff. They don't like you and they don't want you there. And I'm pissed about it. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't like that they are – targeting my people, the Patriots, my friends, the people that I care about and that I want to be in touch with. And I don't like that. I'm not surprised. It's been going on for a long time. But I think this year has, especially this last month, has really been an all-out war, a technical war at this point, not a physical war. I don't think we're fighting in the streets yet. Some of them are, but not quite to the level that we expected, I think.
Yeah, I would say at this point in time, we're probably in a war with China.
Dude, I think it's
virtual
more. I
and
think
financial
it's more than just China. I mean, I think there's.
But they're war against us.
Oh yeah, for sure. They don't want the people who stand for freedom, who stand for the Constitution, who love and are pro the Second Amendment. They hate your guts, and it's one of those things. Why would I keep giving them my attention? The only answer I have is one that Brian and I were discussing, in that somebody has to reach those other people. It's kind of like, okay, if you're a Christian, we don't go to church to convert people in church. Like, they're already there, right? You got to go to where the center is so that you meet those people that need your help. I don't know, man. To me, it's not an easy answer. I don't have the right answer, and I don't know that we've made a complete decision yet. But if you're on Facebook watching us, there may be a chance that at some time soon we are not on Facebook anymore. And I don't think any social media platform is perfect. YouTube is, has a tendency to be just as bad with, censoring and banning other people as well. But it's definitely something we should talk about. We should think about. I don't know a better way. Here's the problem. I don't know a better way to reach other people other than social media, Chris Cox says, when you get more people to the range just once, they will see the light. Man, I try to tell people that once you come take, one good class, and it doesn't even have to be with me. Go train with somebody else, man. Like, anybody that's good people that teaches, the good stuff. You get one class, it changes where you're at, changes your perspective, and you do take this more seriously. It is a war. As much as we hate to call it that, that's what we're in. It's just a passive-aggressive war at this point. It's not turned physical yet. Let's see.
Got somebody on Facebook side said, you guys need to, what did he say? What did Eric say? You guys need to come to the beach and do some survival swamp training and shooting.
Hey, man, I'm all about that. So, speaking of survival classes, I have a couple of people, while I have a few people on here kind of watching. If you're playing it back, just add it to the comments or comment to me and Matt individually, or message us or whatever. I've had a couple of people who have shown interest in doing the Bug Out Bag Prepping 101 class. I'm thinking I might run it. It's going to be on a short notice, but if you guys are interested, if anybody can, I need a couple more people to sign up before I kind of dedicate the time to run it, because it's going to take quite a bit of time away from my family. I have about 3 or 4 classes in a matter of a couple weeks.
You're targeting February 6th?
I'm thinking February
Saturday.
6th. If you guys might be interested in that, that's a Saturday. If you're signed up for Prepared Pistol 2, it's the Saturday before that Sunday class. It will be a 4-hour class, cost $100, and it will be time to be determined, place to be determined on who's coming.
But if you want a class that lays
the foundation
of prepping and bug out bags in an easy, understandable way, it, much like the ham class that Evan did for us, kind of helping you streamline purchases.
It's basically really good place to start if you're new to the prepping lifestyle. It kind of gets you a plan, because it can be very daunting at first when you first start into this lifestyle and preparedness mindset. It can be a little daunting, and people get in the weeds, and they tend to do, too much in one area, not enough in another, kind of thing. And this is just a good guide layout to kind of show you where to start and what to do. And then it said, Scott said, I'm trying to go back up here. This thing is moving kind of quick tonight, guys. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can catch that last
comments
comment.
Rolling in. Eric said he has access to a lot of land. LOL. Thanks for the shout out.
Jason says, while I hate the censorship, I fought for my country. I fought for them to have the freedom to control what they own. Absolutely, Jason. I support that. But I also have the freedom to take my business elsewhere. If I'm not happy with the people that I'm doing business with, I can choose to support other people. And that's kind of where I'm at. MeWe is another option. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's great, but it's a way that if I can get our guys or our people to start transitioning over to MeWe, that's maybe a little bit more pro-freedom, a little bit less censorship, especially on the people that we want to stay in contact with. Maybe that's the answer that I need to look at. It's kind of like, sure, I can go to Amazon and buy anything I want to, but I've been real conflicted this week, guys. I'm not going to lie, because even I have an Amazon store on here where I point you in the right direction for the stuff I want you to buy. Mainly because it's good. It's the stuff that I know works well for us. But also because it's an easy way and convenient way to get you guys what you need quickly, especially if you're wanting it for a class. But I have to ask myself, am I not killing the little man? If I'm not killing, we have a local gun store that we partner with that we're pretty good friends with, John's Militia Gear. He's an alumnus of ours and has trained with us a little bit. Am I maybe not supporting him as well as I should be by sending people there? Maybe I should be sending them to John's instead, and supporting that local gun store. I'm just having a little bit of a hard time with that, dude. Like, it's not just Facebook. I feel like I'm feeding the beast whenever I tell them everything I'm doing, and I'm giving all my money to people who are billionaires and not the local guy who's trying to send his daughter to. I've always supported local business. You guys heard me say this over and over on our page. Like, we want to support North Carolina business. That's why we've looked at other holster manufacturers, why we looked at, anything we can inside this state or inside this country, we look at to try to promote over, other brands and stuff. Mostly because I want to keep that guy's kid in dance class. I want to keep his, family fed. I don't want him to go under, just like Jason. Jason's an independent, business. For him to stay afloat, we got to give business to those people, right? I'm having a conflict, guys. I'm struggling myself because it is super easy to get on Amazon and hit the button, send them my money. I have something here the next day. It's great. I don't have to go to the store. I don't have to deal with all these people. And it's just boom, boom, boom. It's over. I got what I needed, right? But I don't know. I feel like I'm feeding the beast, if you know what I'm saying. And that's the hard part for me. I want to find a better way if I can. I'm not telling you guys you have to do this. Don't hear me like that. I understand how hard it is to get away from Facebook and get away from this crap. It's part of our business, and it's the only way that we can get information out to people. I get it. The problem is whenever they start taking that away, how are you guys going to reach us? If you're part of our central group and you're on our alumni page right now, we've already started a master list of phone numbers if you want to be a part of that, so that we can keep up with all our local guys and try to stay in touch if something was to happen and the social media gets taken down, But, it is a freedom. It is a thing that you get to choose what you do with your money right now. The time may come, though, that you can't. If you keep giving all the power to these big companies, big pharma, big ag, all these other groups that are controlling our lives that we don't even notice it, I fear that we're heading for bondage and we don't even see it yet.
Yeah, so like I said, if you guys want to connect a little bit deeper or share other information, send us an email, preparedpatriotnc@gmail.com.
So Jason also said, why I hate the censor. While I hate this, I'm sorry, next one. So I can't get too mad about it. I'd ban the fuck out of lefties if I owned YouTube. So Jason, I get that, but I also feel there's a line, and this is what me and Brian were discussing earlier. If you don't talk to those people on the left, and I'm not talking about politicians, I'm not talking about red, like those people, if you still think there's a Democrat and Republican Party that are fighting for you, you're disillusioned. Like, neither one of those people or those groups give a shit about any of us. They're all in it for power. And if you didn't see that in the last election, you'll never get it. Like, you're beyond me getting to you. But if you do believe, like, we got to actually talk to that person who is voting left as your neighbor. That's the guy you might be able to reach. And if we just ban those people and kick them off, then in that case, you're not ever going to get that brother back. It's kind of like, again, I go back to being a Christian, right? If you don't talk to those other religions and those other people about Christ, you're never going to convert them to Christ, right? So it kind of goes one and the same in that. And that's just me talking. You know, you guys, you're free to have your own opinion and you're free to say your own things here. I'm just saying that, to me, I'm having a little bit of a conflict about this stuff. So what did Brian say here? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments tonight. Scott said, I think I've decided I'm going to use Facebook a whole lot less the next year other than business for cutting boards until I get a better following. And that's the problem, Scott, is like, how do you keep your business afloat nowadays without social media? That's where people go to look.
So, and the thing we're struggling with is, I mean, we're up around 880 followers. It's not that much on Facebook, but man, everybody seems.
But what's the TikTok number, right? It's like all these different
like 15,
forms.
Over 15,000 followers on TikTok.
I don't know
artistic abilities.
I don't know the rhyme or reason to all this stuff. I just know that I can tell, that when one grows extremely fast and the other one doesn't, that makes me a little suspicious because the content's usually all pretty close to the same.
So we don't know if we're getting filtered or if people are just disillusioned at this point in time. But like I said, we got 880 followers. I mean, we're constantly pumping out like quality stuff, and we can barely get like a single like on some of our posts. So, so we're getting a little bit disenchanted ourselves with the Facebooks. At least I am on the marketing side.
So, Brian, you have an interesting comment, man. You said, I'm not sure how well I can communicate this without talking, but my current point of view would be to encourage people to think of this less like a boycott and more like not giving another inch.
So it's
let me think about that.
Like Scott McKay from the Patriots Street Fighter. He basically really wants folks to stay on the platforms and make them take it away from them.
And I think that's what Brian is saying too. Brian, now don't let me put words in Brian's mouth, but I think that was the kind of the conversation we were having, is that you should make them kick you off. Because that's the only way we're getting our voice heard, is by continuing to tell these people this stuff, and to continue to push all these people in the right direction. And if they don't even realize that all this is going on and they don't see it, then it's hard to connect with them. So I don't know if that's what you meant, Brian, but that's kind of what I'm getting from that. And then Mike says, need to do medical low light class again. Yes, man, that was a great class.
Is Mike Kalakis on?
Yeah, Mike said that. So Mike, I agree, dude. Like that was a great class. I enjoyed it a lot. Enjoyed teaching it. Enjoyed having Kevin up. If you guys missed the medical low light class, it was an event. 21 people came through. Wasn't it 21? 20? We had a couple
originally
canceled.
signed up. I think we had 16 on the line.
So we ended up with 16 people total coming through getting.
Now, if you count all of us, like in the medical board, we had about 20 between all the instructors.
So you're looking at about 20 plus people on the medical side, and about 16 people getting some low light training. So it was a pretty good class, man. We enjoyed it. Let's see. Gents, I can, but you directly into. I don't know what you're saying, Richard L. But former SEER instructor. I don't know what that means, dude.
See, that's like
I know what SEER is. I know what SEER training is, but are you saying you can get us in touch with them? Okay.
So
it says, FY YouTube audio cutting in and out a little bit. Oh, man, sorry about that. Not sure why it's doing that, other than maybe it's just
I can kill the Facebook side because my phone's running. It's not running, but I'm watching the Facebook feed, and it's doing a hotspot at the same time.
And it looks like most of y'all on the Facebook have come over to YouTube anyway. If you're still on Facebook and you would like to join us still, come on over to the YouTube section and get in the chat. We're going to have quite a bit of stuff going on there. And then if you'd like to share it, that would be awesome. If you share it with other Patriots, people can get out and start to communicate with us, especially if you're in North Carolina. We love those North Carolina people.
And all you guys on here on the YouTube, share it. Come on, guys. All right, so I'm signing off of Facebook. I head to the El Capitan.
Facebook, peace out. We're still kind of on the fence about whether we'll keep doing that. If you're watching from Facebook from here on out, go ahead and start thinking about YouTube. We put out a live stream every week, 8:30. Hope you enjoyed the stream on Facebook.
Over and out.
All right, to YouTube only now at this point. Going back up, catching the stuff here.
But yeah, low light was awesome. Our next class on the horizon is Prepared Rifleman 1 next weekend. So
Jason,
awesome.
dude, you are right in line with our thinking, man. He said, I'm kicking around the idea of teaching people to be more self-sufficient. I feel the need to teach people to get off the government tit. I agree 100%. I think if you ever want to be out of control of other people, you have to get out of debt. You have to be more self-sufficient. You have to start thinking for yourself. Turn off the TV. Turn off the mainstream media that's just ridiculous propaganda. And live for yourself. Get out in your community. Start doing things the way we used to do them. We did them that way because they worked. I think people are missing that. Chris Cox says, change your public Facebook angle focusing to gun safety. Well, we do preach safety all the time, Chris Cox, but again, it comes down to more of my point of view of that. I don't know that I want to keep supporting people who hate us. You know, I'm giving them all my business. I'm giving them my eyes and my airtime to advertise for me and do all this stuff to me. They know my day. They know like where I went on vacation. Like, you're giving all this information. That's the other thing. If you're a prepper and you're into this lifestyle, and like if you kind of look at what you do, you tell them everything. They don't need to like have your name on a list or do all this stuff anymore. Like, your cell phone tells them everything they need to know. You use GPS so they know where you're going. You buy all your stuff online so they know what you're buying, how much you're buying of it. Hiding stuff from the eyes that want to see it is almost impossible unless you give that stuff up. That's the issue.
Is that your phone up there, or is that the business phone?
That's mine.
Okay.
I'm looking at what Brian said there. He said, when they do, you have legal recourse. If you leave quietly, you delay the fight, and it's more likely to be outside the courts. True, Brian. So, but again, I think that that's where Jason is in the right, in that it's their private company. It's their stuff. I just choose to use it, right? So I don't have any say-so in what Facebook does. And if they want to kick us out, it's kind of like a job, right? So everybody feels like they have all these rights and all this stuff. But in a job, you work there electively. So if you choose to leave, then they don't care. If they choose to make you leave, then they don't care. Like, there's no like legal recourse in North Carolina. And I don't know how it's going to be with Facebook and all the stuff that's going on. But I really don't feel that we have a real legal ground to stand because it's a private company. Now, you could go down the whole thing that Trump was talking about, how they're becoming, above just that, and they're starting to promote themselves as media and other things. But I won't get down that legal ramification hole, dude. Jody, what's up, man? Man, I hope y'all had a good time. Hey, I need to get in touch with you again about that Zoom. I don't have Zoom, man. I don't do tech. This is like as technical as I get. And this was like pulling teeth. He's the tech dude. Like, I just freaking get on here and do the monkey stuff.
No.
My wife. But I need to talk to you about that Zoom meeting, dude. We'll try to
let that go down on record. My wife is the smart one. She's the one that hooked up the hotspot on the phone.
Nice.
So that we could actually do this way up here in the hill country.
Because if y'all don't know, I try to practice what I preach. I try to live the homestead life.
Still got dial up here.
I'm out in the woods, middle of nowhere, kind of on my own stuff.
By the way, tonight's live stream brought to you by the rest of Jerry Gage's.
Sorry, Jerry.
And Diet Dr. Pepper.
Wish it was some Guinness Extra Stout, man. Like,
I dropped the ball, man.
If it wasn't,
I should have known.
If it wasn't for keto,
I should have known that if I got here before you did after work, I should have brought you something.
It was a rough day. Rough day. Let's see. Jason is not nice. Everybody is gay to Jason. Jason, you're not nice. You need Jesus.
Preach on, brother.
Let's see here.
So Scott Wexler picked up a new. What did I see? Somebody comment. It was a heater condom or something like that. New holster. He got a new NSR.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think he got that for free, right? Didn't you get that for free?
Got the RMR cut on it.
I think you got that in the knife kits and holster smith drawing. I think.
Got his new gun condom.
Jody says, I think more than ever we have to start going low tech. Sonny has been having some classes about this. Yeah, that's where we're trying to go, Jody. Man, I mean, Evan is the man on that stuff. Like, I'm trying to get the ham groups up and stuff like that. But I think, truthfully, there is nothing better than men and women meeting in person. Like, you have to get out and get to know these guys. Learn, do you trust them? Do you want to work with them? Like, is that somebody you trust to have your back? This dude has my back. I don't have to worry about it. Like, that's how you make true friends, not just acquaintances. Like, I got hundreds of people that are friends on Facebook, but not many people that are family, that are blood, that are the ones that you call when you're in real trouble. The ones that you trust to be there when shit gets really bad, the ones that would give you half of their last meal. That's the people you need to be connecting with. If you're not, dude, you're already behind. Brian says, yes, I'm super libertarian in this way as well. However, what's happening is more akin to someone restricting water that flows onto your land and water rights. It's a rabbit hole. It's one way to look at it, Brian. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there is a little bit of an argument to what you're saying, in that it's such a big entity now that it can kind of dictate a lot of things.
Yeah, I think we learned, Jason can correct me if I'm wrong. I think Yeager said that when we were at Tactical Instructor, if Facebook was a country, it'd be the second largest country in the world.
And I think YouTube is the number one search engine, right? Or number two?
Yeah, I forget how many.
I think Google's first.
Years worth of videos are uploaded a day on YouTube.
This is how information gets shared nowadays. It's kind of like, before you put it in the newspaper. Well, people don't even buy newspapers anymore. So there's really no other way to do it than this way. If it wasn't for this, I would not be here.
Unfortunately, I think you got to keep.
There's a balance.
You got to keep one foot in the new world and work back to some of this old world stuff that's kind of lost, like the face-to-face relationships, man.
So I'm not going to lie, it's really inconvenient, and that's the part where I think they've hooked us, right? Is because it's much more convenient to stick that card in the pump and tell them where you get gas every day. It's much more convenient to swipe that card and buy that little, use that little key fob thing that they give you at the grocery store, so they can tell you all the groceries you bought this last year. Here's what you eat. Here's where you buy gas. They know all the things that they need to know about you. And unless you are using a cash and cardless lifestyle, it's hard not to be that way. And it's much more convenient. I get it. I mean, my wife freaking loves Walmart pickup, dude. Like, it saves us from having to go in, and it's great. But it's also like, should we stop using this big conglomerate and start trying to move toward the small, homegrown, local people, where you're going to get to help those people that are in our state, in our people? It's just where I'm kind of at.
I think you should try. I mean, you're just kind of topic of our live stream last week with OG Jimmy.
Man.
Get to know your farmers.
If you can buy it from the farmer that grew it, there's no question of what's in it. When you go to the grocery store, you're just guessing.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Cool, Scott. I'm glad you won that, man. That was cool. That was a cool deal that Knife Kiss was doing, man. That was cool.
Waxworth says, make speakeasies great again.
Scott says he's drinking leaded Dr. Pepper because I'm not back on keto next week. Yeah, man, I'm doing the keto thing for a minute. I'm trying to shed some pounds. I was off keto for a while trying to get to my goals. 4 out of 5 met. Whoop, whoop. Hit my squat goal of 350, my overhead press 175, 12 pull-ups, 3 sets of 12. All those are 3x5s, by the way. Or, I'm sorry, 5x3s. and 240 on the bench press, 5 reps, 3 sets.
I got out of bed this morning.
Only one I have not hit is my deadlift goal. Like, that's the one that eludes me. 375 is whooping my butt, and I'm not quite to my 405 goal yet.
I have been running a little bit.
That's the only thing that's keeping me kind of
and I found
not happy.
I found a dark, dingy gym close to the house.
I'm trying to get him in it. I'm trying to get him into the hole.
Hey, I paid the money today, man.
I told him. I said, listen.
I told you I paid the money today.
You're 275. It's gonna be hard for me to carry your big ass.
I was 274 this morning. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it if you get to about 250. Like,
it was 288, bro.
I mean that, and I picked you up and carried you a little ways the other day, so I know I can do it. But damn, getting him off the ground is gonna be tough. That's why I need a 405 deadlift.
So
let's see. Jason's route board says, I think I'm going to keep doing me. I'm a half-assed, decent teacher. I allow people to come on my land when I'm doing my thing, come to learn. Yeah, it's a good way, man.
You tell them about the program they have out in Arizona.
The Woofer program.
The Woofer program.
I don't know if Jimmy. I don't know if you saw OG Jimmy last week, Jason. But Jimmy is a lifetime farmer, dude. Like, they're commercial farmers, organic, did it for years and years and years. That's what they do. They're actually part of our family now. But when they were out in Arizona, they had a program that they cooperated in called the Woofer program, WOOFER, I think. And they had people that would come in and stay on their property for a little while and help them out doing stuff. Pretty cool program if you're into gardening or growing or anything like that. They can really help out and learn stuff. That's what they're there for. They literally just travel around farm to farm and do that kind of thing. And Jimmy was actually in charge, I think, was like an ambassador to the Woofer program. So we might get him back on to have him talk about that a little bit.
Get you a little tiny house out there, Jason.
So Jason says, Jesus loved me, but I cuss a lot. Man, me too, dude. I never claimed to be perfect. Jesus was the only perfect one, dude.
He still loves you, Jason. He still loves you.
I'm not that. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm like a little too angry sometimes, and God forgives me, I hope. You know.
Rev to the Limit was working on me
by the way,
this week.
If y'all are watching from Charlotte, just in case you're watching this, go check out Brian at, what is the Eastview?
No, it's East City Church, man.
East City Church, thank you. Good dude. Like, if you want to meet a like-minded dude that's part of the Christian lifestyle but also a warrior, that's your guy. Good dude. I mean, even I have reached out to him in the past little bit because I've been struggling myself.
East City Church. Yep. So I had it right.
East City Church.
He just hit me up earlier this morning trying to get us down to his studio in Charlotte.
Hey, man.
I said, Patrick, it was kind of hard to get off the mountain up there, man.
I'm a little tough. Not to mention I cuss too much, man. I do. Like, I'm trying, but I've been this way my whole life. So I grew up with 2 parents that cuss like sailors. Wasn't in church until I was, probably 15 or so, and then it's just hard to break those habits, man. I keep praying that God will help me with it, but I'm too damn mean, I guess. But I have heard that people that cuss are more honest. So I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But there again, like, I believe in God, and I'm very much a Christian, but I also am passionate, and sometimes my voice gets a little.
Brian says, not at all. Cuss away in this video. Where do we sign up?
Well, that's the thing, dude, is like, I never claimed to be perfect, and that's the thing. And listen, I'm not trying to push my religion on you guys, but I do believe in God. And I think that we need him more than ever right now. Like, it is huge. And I've actually been struggling a lot. God is chasing me hard right now. I'm not going to lie. But I'm struggling. So pray for me if you're a Christian. And I don't know what you said, but Jody says you hit it on the head right there. And Brian also says Google owns YouTube. Google is one and YouTube is the second. That's right. So they dominate information. They dominate it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Make speakeasies great again. I love it, Scott. I love it. Pretty soon that's what we're going to be doing for ammo.
Right. You guys got this is a random question. You guys got any training on the list? What are you guys up to this year?
We will be
Kinda
doing
training you got targeted.
We will be doing ECQC with Craig Douglas come March 5th through 7th. And then also plan to be back up to our mentor and friend, James Yeagers, up at Camden, tactical response, doing the fight.
It's a man sprawl.
So we get two force on force classes
within about a week. A little bit over a week.
Yeah, so we're gonna be sore from the first one.
All kinds of bruises and.
I'm looking forward to it though. Like I'm digging it. I love it. So it only makes you better. Just come in, leave the ego behind. Come in to learn. You'll never regret it. You'll never regret that kind of training.
Oh, Rev says he's going to fighting shotgun this year.
Nice. They're doing that this weekend. Are you going this weekend?
Saw a post by old Tim Morris.
Jason says, I may not seem like it, but the 3 faith, family, and firearms are the top 3 things for me. Yeah, man. Like, I don't judge people by how they talk. I try not to judge in general, but what I'm looking at as I'm looking for brothers is character and how you treat others. I may be a little rough on the outside, but I think I'm a genuinely good dude. Like I try to help anybody I can. But you know, I've met some of the worst people I've ever met in church. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm not saying church is bad. Don't hear that and put a whole different slew on that. I'm just saying some of the best people I've ever met, some of the most Christian people I've ever met have not stepped foot in a church in years. I'm not saying that you can do it without church. Don't hear that either. Like I think church is important, but I also don't think that church is a building. I think it's a matter of people. You got to get with those people. So, dude, I don't judge anybody. Like you can be who you are, and God loves you regardless. I didn't mean to make this all religious, guys, but we did have the pastor on here tonight.
That's Rev's problem.
Rev's on.
Not Rev's
Rev,
problem.
man,
Rev's fault.
this is Rev stuff. I don't claim to be an expert in this, so don't listen to me. Like, talk to the Rev, man. Like, I'm just a dude. I'm just as much a sinner and guilty as you guys are. So, Jason says I'm a sailor. Cussing is part of my religion. Like I said, dude, I grew up in a house that was rough. Like it happened all the time. Like I didn't know that cussing was bad until I got into church, and that was when I was like 15. Or something, you know.
Well, the current topic probably far outweighs, going the political route tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
From a topic
like if we can get you
know
anywhere close to being closer to God, that was way better than political stuff, because that stuff doesn't really matter in the end. We win if you're a Christian. Just saying. Scott says, "Be dangerous, y'all. Got to finish some AK stuff and do some dry practice. Get on it, Scott.
Dry practice.
Get on it, man." Hopefully that's a good AK from Occam's Defense. If y'all didn't see one. I thought he did. Yeah, I thought he did. So I said that. Hopefully that's if y'all are not aware, like that's a dope rifle. You should check out our video on it.
Rev, did you run your
Oh, I love this. Hold on. Brian said, my position is I'm a bad Christian. I have a great, I'm assuming he meant savior. It says server, Brian. But yes, I'm the same, dude. I'm terrible. I never claimed to be good. If anything, I'm the worst example of one. I just try to be as good as I can be, man.
I was going to ask Rev if he, I forgot to ask him if he ran that AK the other day at the pit. Woke up some neighbors.
Scott says his main goal is more force on force. Going to take fighting shotgun. Really want to take ECQC at Sonny's Ranch. Boy, you are itching for something. Sonny and I don't know if I could take Sonny and Craig. Oh, I guess it would be an experience. But Sonny and Craig at the same time, woo!
Craig's fairly reserved.
I know, but they're both like two. They're probably two of the most dangerous men I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know of any other dudes that are as dangerous as those two. Like James,
just watch out dangerous. For the what's
but
Craig call them evolutions. End of the day, evolution. Watch out! They probably have Sonny come flying in with a 2x4 hitting you in the back, dude. No joke.
Dude, I think I'm going to have to start driving to Charlotte to go to Brian's church. Brian says church people suck. Yes, they do.
I'm pretty sure they got a live service, dude. You start turning
I
in
might
this
have to do
live,
that.
man.
Like, no kidding. Like me and I'll give y'all a little insight to my life. I've been struggling with my church lately. They've been putting out some views that I don't agree with. Doesn't mean it has anything to reflect on God. Understand that. Like God is not what the people in the church are saying. Like the people in the church that are there need saving as much as you get what I'm saying. But I'm actually going to go to a different church this weekend, Brian. And you know what? Like it might even be that a live stream is the way to go for me right now. I'm in a rough place. And I'm angry, just like my wife is. We're both just angry right now. We feel like the world's going to crap. And like there's nothing to do but watch the Titanic sink at this point.
You got to trust in God, man.
I do. I do. But I also feel like that you take God out of the country, you take God out of the school, and you wonder why it's failing, right?
Can't take God out of you, dude.
But that's what we try to do here, right? Like we're trying to be the light to people, even though it's not like I'm not a church, but we're trying to get people to see that they need to get away from what they're doing. It's not working.
Just don't forget, you are the weapon.
True. Let's see what else is going on here. So many comments, guys. I'm trying to keep up with them.
It's a good problem to have.
I know, right?
Yeah, man.
Jody says, if anyone is offended by hearing about Jesus, they need to hear about him some more. I agree. And then Brian says, technically, we call cussing isn't even talked about much in the scriptures. Ooh, we need to have that conversation.
Kind of like some of the modern day laws that probably didn't exist back then in the language, you know?
True.
So
Jody says he'd like to roll up in March to go role play. You are welcome.
yeah, man.
It'll be a tight fit.
Space in the tundra.
Should be enough.
Should be plenty of space. We got more space in the back seat than we got in the front seat.
Well, no, I keep forgetting that my wife's not going to this one.
Yeah, so
plenty of room. Yeah, man,
you're welcome, dude. That makes it for some awesome. I gotta get the phone platform on the dashboard. That makes some awesome YouTube stuff.
Rich, man, I still have all your stuff. So whenever you're ready to come pick it up, you let me know. I picked those
Vox.
Yeah, those Vox are still in my stuff, man. Just waiting on you. I'm busy as all get out, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like my work is killing me right now.
You ever make it up towards Moravian Falls and up there? Wilkes County?
No, most of mine's Caldwell, Burt, that kind of area right now.
That's where he is.
Jason says, I'm out of classes at Tactical Response except for contract classes. I have free training for life with Sonny. I remember you telling me that, Jason. So you're going to spend a lot more time in Texas. Hey, Jason, you still have family in Texas, dude? Because that would be legit. If you could like drive out there, stay with family, and go, that'd be nice.
I need to know. Did we already talk about the free training for life story?
Yeah. So he told me. Remember, he's telling us that he helped Sonny fix his truck or something on the side of the road.
Okay.
And Sonny told him he had training for life. I'm going to regret saying this, but I'm going to make time to go train with Sonny.
And nowhere, we ain't go nowhere.
Brian says, I could seriously use some help figuring out how to secure the building. We have doors everywhere, and I'd love to shoot some videos with you guys. You are the church, bro. I appreciate that. And we would love to help you however we can. Church security can be tricky. Richard said, Wilkes, by gosh, County, and I still have that jar of mountain water for you. All right, man.
Nice.
The person that will be up there probably the soonest would be Jerry. He's got family up in Wilkes, and he goes up and teaches the concealed carry classes up there. Or is he doing comp carry there now? I'm pretty sure
he's kind of pushed back from right now. It's so cold up in Ash. I don't think he plans to be up there until March or April.
Okay.
Wilkes, I think Wilkes, what happened is we don't have a good property owner up there right now.
Gotcha.
That one guy kind of moved or fell through or something. So, which is fine because Jerry really runs himself to death sometimes. You know what I mean?
He does.
It's good to streamline some stuff. And I mean, he's got kids and wife. things at home.
Brian says he's watching those ECQC videos and trying to get the guys on my team. Hey, Brian, I'm considering doing a review class. I don't know when, but just like no ammo, just come in to do the hands-on stuff. I'll let you know if we decide to do that. You come roll with us.
With that said, we got Pistol 1. Of course, I think it's a Sunday date. Sorry, man.
Pistol 2 is Sunday.
We screwed that one up. But at some point in time, they flip-flop, and I think like in May, June time period, there is a Saturday Pistol 1. So getting your guys or send them if they've never drawn from the holster, send them to comp carry. It's get them drawing from the holster. And
then also, I don't think you've been to 3 here, Brian, so you're welcome to come do Pistol 3 as well.
May 15th, buddy.
And then when is rifle class? Next weekend.
January 30th.
Yep.
Rifle 2 is February 27th. And
so there's the story. Jason was talking about Sonny hit a deer on the highway at 2 a.m., busted his red ear. He got up and drove out there and fixed it for him on the side of the road. Got him home.
You the man.
That's what I mean, Jason. That was you know what that was? A very Christian thing to do.
That's right. Brotherly.
That's what that was. Man. Brotherly. Christian like.
I think Weapons Chucky talked about maybe bringing his daughter to rifle class.
Nice, man.
And he wanted to get some reps.
Dude, I just want to say, like, the fact that you guys that are alumni of Tactical Response feel like you can come train with us is humbling. It really is. Like, it's humbling, dude. It's like, I don't really consider myself competition to James at all. Like, that dude is on a whole nother level than us. But I consider him a mentor and a friend. And, it's really humbling that you guys feel like you can come train with us and feel like you're getting good material. We appreciate that.
Feel like we're doing something right, man.
Yep.
My fear is a lot of folks these guys kind of catching on to, learning about a good thing, but a lot of folks in our area just aren't grasping it, That's
we got some. We got a pretty good core group.
Got to keep digging on it. It's been a tough year. Been a real tough time for a lot of folks. So.
And that's the thing, Jody, is I see your comment about Cheddar, and I feel like there's a lot of people in that group that are that way. And there's some of people in our group that are that way. There's a lot of guys that we're building relationships with that are good people. You saw some of those names on here. Chris Cox, I think, is a good dude. There's some really good Patriots that we're building relationships with that are great guys, man. Like they're the ones that would they'd come out and support you and be there if you need them. That's what we're looking for. That's what this group's all about. Like the people that come through that are one-timers that just kind of do their thing, we're looking for that 10%. You know what I'm talking about. It's not just about, getting people to keep coming to our training. It's about building that group of people that know what they're doing, that train together, that are brothers in arms, that you can make a phone call and they're sitting in your yard saying, I'm here for you. That's what we're about. That's what it's all about to us. That's why I said I don't really consider us as a competitor to James, because we still tell you should train there. It's the number one place, as far as I'm concerned, around here to train. That's why, as instructors, we still go there to train. They're just awesome people, awesome dudes. Hey, Jody, another thing that is interesting, you met one of our really awesome Patriots last weekend that is also going to be more involved from here on out, I think, as well. Ronald, the guy that was in medical class with us, I think he's going to be more involved, which is awesome. That's a huge asset to our team. That dude knows stuff.
Well, we got Rev on here, really, anybody. Since we're at the beginning of the year, it'd be kind of cool. Obviously, we did Young Patriots Day.
Yep.
From a kind of a community, kind of giving back standpoint. but kind of coming up with some other maybe targets we can do for the year. I'm thinking more, I don't know, philanthropy, not necessarily like philanthropy, but giving back sort of thing. Like, so
the best thing I could think about for us already that I've been kind of playing with in my mind is doing the bug out, like doing a camp out, providing the range, letting them come out, do it like an open shoot, no training, just come up, have some fun, shoot some stuff. Camp out,
adults,
hang
kids.
out. It's up to you. If you think your kid's able to handle the campfire conversations that we're going to have, they're welcome to come. But also, just we already do the kids' day, which is a cool thing that we do.
Yeah.
If y'all are not aware of that, we do we call it Young Patriots Day. So we try to get them out, let them have some fun. 22 ARs with red dots on them, stuff like that. Just let them plink, shoot some exploding targets and stuff that's fun. Get them interested. Hey, Deanna, how are you?
What's up, Deanna?
She says she's still thawing out after Saturday.
Still thawing out.
Quit your bitching.
We
You
couldn't
got
have a
great.
fire.
You got
Mess with
great
ambient
information. You got great information. It was a wonderful class. You should be like, thank you for showing me what it's like when my hands don't work right. I got the experience of adrenaline.
You got dark.
now.
You got numb, cold hands. What do you think's going to happen when you're under stress?
That's right. Jody says, growing warriors takes time. You guys are doing it right. You will succeed. I hope so, man. If we have time, that's the big thing now. I feel like a time crunch is coming, which is why I'm offering any way I can help to our community. If y'all are interested in taking a bug out bag prepping 101 class, I have a couple guys that have reached out to me about it. I'm trying to get enough to run a class. So if you've taken it before, you want to repeat, you can. If you got a friend or family member that wants to, jump them in. It's a pretty good class. Those that have taken it before can vouch and tell you that it's worth the time and the effort. It's only a 4-hour class. It's basically an intro crash course to get you going in the right direction. Let's see. Jason says, if I call you family, I'll do anything for you. I hope you're out of body. I'll tell you fucked up the whole time, but I'll be there. I know, Jason. You're a good dude, man. We knew that.
Got a comment on a TikTok video. Let's see if it's good or haterade.
Lots of haters. Let's see. I know Jody, man, like he said, picking his brain when Malcolm could, man. Yeah, that dude was on point. And I knew it's weird, but it's kind of like you were talking about how Jason has that really good shit bag meter. I kind of have the same. It was one of the reasons why I made a pretty decent cop. I kind of have a good feeling about people or bad feeling, and it kind of hits me quick. It's kind of like Jason. It's one of those things where you meet the dude, and I knew as soon as I met Ron, man, that he was a good dude. Like instantly, I was like, I want to know that guy. He's a good dude. Deanna, I'm glad you enjoyed the class. I think it was very good. I think it was a success for our first time running it. Yeah, not feeling your hands, Jody, is it's a little bit more like what's real life's like. And wearing gloves and all that stuff. If you don't train that way, boy, it's a eye opener. Jason says, I will talk to you guys about it and give you my address. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Thank you, Jason. I feel the same, brother.
TikTok haterade.
So Brian says, if you will teach a class in the city, we have the space and would host and promote self-defense, medical, etc. I feel like we could fill it and people are much more likely to come out and shoot. Yeah, man.
Where are we going to shoot?
That's the question. Like if I taught the class there, they'd still have to make the drive to a range. And we could even break it up and do a 2-day class, something like that. However, dude, we're willing to come down there, especially for you, man. Like if it's you, your congregation, your people, you just got to tell them I'm a little rough around the edges. I'll try to be on my best behavior. But I'm also the one that kind of rattles them a little bit. I think I get the point across, though, and that's what's the major point is that you got to understand what's going on. Matt and Jerry are the calm, cool, collect ones, and I tend to be the one that rattles people's cages a little bit. But man, whatever your interest is, if you'd like a Bob Prepping 101 class, I'd be more than happy to come do that for you. We could do a whole medical class, probably. Essentially, we could do some sort of something out.
Even Jerry doing a little situational awareness.
He does one of those as well. He does one for Pretty Loaded. If y'all are familiar with that, he does a situational awareness class that he does for folks. I think those are all good classes, but if you really want to hook them, they got to come out to a class on, the real stuff. They got to get out there and train.
Show them.
They got to do some shooting, have some fun. That's how you hook them. Jason says, I can tell within 5 minutes if you're a good person. I kind of have that same radar, Jason, man. Like, I either like you or I don't, and it's quick. I don't even have to hear you talk or anything much. Yeah. It's kind of how people act.
I think
it's kind of like with a good example of that is our mentor James. A lot of people misjudge James very quickly, but as soon as I heard the guy talk, and I knew right away that he knew what he was talking about. He was passionate. A lot of people misinterpret frankness as rudeness or him getting to the point. And that to me is refreshing. I like somebody that says what they mean and means what they say. I don't need you to beat around the books, and tell me freaking all this crazy stuff. Like, I need to know what you really mean right then. Don't waste time beating around the bush. And I love that. Like, that's refreshing for me. And it's the same way. Like, I can meet people who a lot of people that I've met recently, and I try to like them, but I just don't know, man. My radar goes off.
Some nerdy neuroscience stuff as far as people have studied like trust and people trusting others.
By the way, he's a doctor.
That decision is made in 0.25 seconds, actually.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So that's how fast we do it, Jason. 0.25 seconds, brother.
Tell by body language and all that stuff.
I've always said that it's just something. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just something that you get. It's
Dr. Pepper.
Let's see what we got here.
So lay off, man.
I mean, get their feet wet, then promote your next class out there. Hey, man, you just let me know what you like. I can give you a list of the classes we teach, and whatever you're interested in, we can sign you up. I will tell you, though, I will turn some people off in how I talk. It just is what it is, and I've come to understand that. Like, and that's where Matt can sometimes ice it over a little bit. I'm the one that is very straightforward. You know what I'm thinking. Like, that's how I live. And that's, it is what it is. Richard L., have a good one, man. Let me know when you're ready to hook up and I'll bring your stuff to you. I've never met Jason's daughter, Brian, but I'm sure he's good dudes. I'm sure he's a good dude.
All the old dudes turning in on us 3 minutes early.
You know who ain't even showed up? Our own fucking partner. Damn it, Jerry.
Jerry Gage. At least he hasn't commented.
I'm going to call him Googe now because he
could be creeping on here.
He better not.
You never know.
Jackass.
I'm
going to talk shit about him until he answers.
Jackass. You will not make this putt.
Jason says, Jackass. Dude, James has called me out 100 times, called me a fat fuck. I don't get mad. I know he does it because he loves me. And that's kind of the point. Like, I think you need somebody to pull you into reality, especially in training. Like, it kind of comes out of me. Y'all probably heard me on the range. I know Jody heard me get kind of rowdy on the range, and I can't. It just kind of is what it is, man. That's how I get people motivated. And I'm not saying it's for everybody, but it definitely helps. Like, it helps people get their mind right. And that's a big part of it. Y'all know how important mindset is. Jody, man, have a good night. Thank you for staying up with us. We're going to go about another 30 seconds. And we're out here.
We have 59 minutes. Yeah, we need to end it. Just in case I need to trim some stuff out of it.
All right, guys.
Can't go longer than 60 minutes, or I can't trim pieces out of it for TikTok.
Any last words? Quick class coming up. Anything?
No, just all of our.
Next weekend, if you're coming to Rifle class, we look forward to seeing you.
January 30th.
It's going to be a blast.
Rifle 2, 27th of February. Clear your schedule. We got Prepared Pistol 2 coming up February 7th.
Possible Bob class
February
/
6th.
prepping class. If you want it, you better ask for it because I'm not sure it's going to run yet. February 6th. And then the 7th is Prepare Pistol 2.
And then March 7th is Prepare Pistol 1.
Good night,
All right,
brothers.
guys. Over
Thank
and
y'all.
out.
We
See you.
appreciate it.